Imagine you're at the gym, you see a stranger. They look nervous, out of place. Over months, you offer a smile, a bit of space, a friendly nod. You don't think you're doing much. You're just being decent. But what if that small, steady drip of human kindness was, for them, the water that finally wore down a dam holding back an entire ocean of pain? What if your simple act of being a friendly face in a Pilates class became the catalyst for someone to dismantle their entire life? This is a story about the terrifying, beautiful weight of influence. It's about a woman wrapped in layers, a husband who critiqued her clothes, and a divorce that was, in the end, signed not by a lawyer's hand, but by the quiet confidence built one hello at a time. And it asks a profound question. When we help someone find their voice, are we responsible for what they choose to say with it? Let's paint the scene. Our narrator attends a specific Pilates class 3 times a week. It's a ritual. Into this space walks a new figure, a woman. The narrator's description is masterful. She wasn't just shy. She was timid. She dressed in lots of layers, trying to stay fully covered in a high-intensity class. This is our first clue. The layers aren't just fabric. They are armor. They are a physical manifestation of wanting to disappear, to take up less space, to not be seen. In a culture that often screams, "Look at me." In fitness spaces, her desire to be invisible was a loud, silent scream of its own. Our narrator doesn't charge in as a savior. They do something far more powerful. They practice proximity without pressure, a gradual high, working out side by side. Not interrogating, just being present. And as weeks become a month, then months, the armor begins to soften. The woman starts to share. The story that unfolds is a classic, heartbreaking script. She's married with 3 kids. Her husband is a stay-at-home gamer, contributing no income. And his primary contribution to her self-worth? Criticism. He tells her her clothes are getting tight. He suggests she hit the gym more often. Let's freeze this. He's a man with no job, living off her labor, whose main engagement with her is to police her body. He's not a partner. He's a critic she's funding. The narrator listens. They don't offer grand advice. They just become a silent witness to the truth she's voicing aloud, perhaps for the first time. Then, the beautiful part. The change isn't dramatic. It's gradual, like a sunrise. She starts coming to class with a smile. The suffocating layers are shed, replaced by clothes that fit, that allow for movement, that perhaps even say, "I am here." You can see her starting to find herself. This is the crucial mechanism. The narrator didn't give her confidence. They provided a mirror, a non-judgmental, consistent, friendly mirror in which she could finally see herself not as her husband's disappointing project, but as a person capable of strength, discipline, and community. The Pilates class wasn't just about core strength. It was about core self. It was a weekly, hour-long proof that she could set a goal. Show up, work hard, and improve, something her home life likely never afforded her. The gym became her sanctuary. A place where her worth was measured in reps and resilience, not in pounds or perceived flaws. The narrator's kindness was the permission slip she never knew she needed. Permission to take up space, to be seen, to be valued for her presence alone. Every high, every shared session was a brick in a new foundation she was building for herself, outside the crumbling walls of her marriage. And then, last week, the revelation. After class, she approaches. "Hey, so I did something crazy." The word crazy here is so telling. To a world that often prizes keeping the family together at all costs, choosing yourself is framed as crazy. Choosing peace over familiar misery is crazy. Then the sentence that lands with the force of a lifetime. "I finally decided to leave him." This is the moment of breathtaking responsibility. She thanks the narrator directly for helping me find myself again and being kind to me. It helped me learn my worth and gave me the courage. Let's be clear. The narrator feels a double-edged sword. On one side, it's beautiful, a human blossoming. On the other, a chilling thought, "I feel like I caused a divorce." This is the heart of the moral dilemma. But her own next thought is the perfect counterbalance. It's more so her husband that caused the divorce. "I just like to think I helped someone understand their true worth." This is not a justification. It's an accurate reframing. The narrator didn't plant the seeds of discontent. Her husband spent years tending that toxic garden. The narrator simply provided a glimpse of sunlight, and the woman chose to grow toward it. So, what is the narrator's true role? Are they a home wrecker, a therapist, a friend? They are perhaps an unintended architect. They held space. In a life filled with negative feedback, they provided neutral to positive feedback. In a life of taking, they engaged in a simple exchange. And that steady, low-stakes positivity became a benchmark for how she deserved to be treated. The ethical question is profound. Do we have a moral responsibility for the downstream effects of our basic human decency? If you give a person a tool, in this case, the tool of reinforced self-worth, are you responsible for how they use it? The answer this story suggests is no, but with a caveat. You are responsible for the intent. The narrator's intent was never to break up a family. It was to be a friendly face in a shared activity. The husband's intent, however, was to diminish, control, and exploit. The divorce is a direct consequence of his intent over years, finally met with the strength she discovered in herself. The narrator was merely the environment where that strength could be exercised. This story is a parable for our isolated age. It shows that in a world of transactional relationships, non-transactional kindness is a revolutionary act. It doesn't ask for anything in return. And because it asks for nothing, it can give someone everything, the clarity to see what they've been missing. There is no aita verdict needed. This is a clear case of Noah holes here on one side and a world of them on the other. The narrator is not an agent of chaos, but a witness to a reclamation. Question 1. The weight of witness. Is simply listening and being kind sometimes the most powerful intervention we can make, even riskier than giving advice? Question 2. The crazy choice. Why is a woman choosing her own happiness and sanity over a draining, one-sided marriage, so often labeled crazy or selfish? Question 3. The unseen impact. How many times in your life has a small, consistent kindness from a near stranger, a barista, a coworker, a gym regular, subtly shifted your day, or maybe even your self-perception without them ever knowing? Question 4. The husband's narrative. If the husband were to tell his story, what would it be? My wife left me after she started going to the gym and making new friends. How does that reframe the events? And what does it reveal? The final truth is this. You are not responsible for the cages people build around others. But if you happen to pass by and, through mere decency, hand them a key, you have participated in a sacred kind of magic. The choice to turn that key and walk out, that will always and only be theirs.